Okay, so it seems that there's been a pretty big update to the whole Amalee and Novel Horizons situation. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously recently it was revealed that Novel Horizons, a very popular, well, I say popular, just a company essentially that helped out VTubers by making figures and different kinds of merchandise that maybe, a lot of people wouldn't be able to kind of get in production or things. And as I said in the last video, a lot of the top VTubers sometimes get collaborations with like the big companies like Good Smile and stuff like that, right? But a lot of other VTubers tend to go with people like Novel Horizons, who are a smaller company, who obviously make figures and things for many big VTubers, right? Including Amalee, who obviously, if you guys didn't see in the last video, essentially she revealed the fact that people were not going to be getting their figures, and that apparently they would not also be getting a refund or anything like that either. Obviously not her fault, obviously all down to the Novel Horizons thing. But it seems like Novel Horizons has actually responded, I say responded, put out a statement, I guess, regarding the matter. And it's pretty crazy. So yeah, this is from Rima here, obviously saying Novel Horizons has finally released their statement announcing they're ceasing operations. So obviously what Amalee was saying is true. They are ceasing operations, saying, "Hello everyone, today's post comes with the heavy news that we'd hoped would never come to pass. Novel Horizons is ceasing operations. For several years, we worked hard to create and deliver projects to the community and fans who supported us after several setbacks and consistently worsening economic picture. We have reached the point where we no longer have the funds to continue. Increased logistical costs, production costs, and shrinking sales eroded our cash reserves. That forced us to take on debt just to keep operating, and ultimately it left us assetless and without capital. The extended radio silence was the result of nearly half of all staff, not nearly half, nearly all staff being let go in an effort to preserve what little capital remained. The warehouse has been running on a two-person team for months, which is why many packages took longer than usual to ship. And we want to thank everyone who supported us by ordering, visiting our booths, and believing in what we were building. We have also apologized to every customer affected by our inability to keep the lights on longer. There was nothing that we wanted more than to celebrate another round of completed projects. At this time, we cannot offer much in the ways of solution. The remaining hands in the warehouse are working to ship what can still be sent out, and we're coordinating the return of creator merchandise so it can get into the creator's hands. We remain committed to doing right as many people as possible. We possibly can in these final moments. It was a privilege and honor to serve the VTuber community. We're sorry that we ultimately let everyone down. As of this post, an official Novel Horizons accounts will be shutting down. So yeah, obviously Rima says they ran out of money, they took on debt, ended up assetless, and were forced to lay off nearly everyone months back, which is the reason that they claim for their radio silence. They also admit that they have been shipping on a two-person warehouse crew, which is why orders have been taking so long. They say that they're going to work to get the merch back into creators' hands, and that they are sorry to let the VTuber community down this way. Now, of course, this is very interesting because, it's really down to what merch is left, right? Because obviously no merch is going to be, made or produced now, right? It just seems like, as they said, they're going to just send out the ones that they have had done, or at least try to get it to the creator so that they can send it out, which again, obviously a lot of people saying I'm so beyond upset. Not only the fact that I probably never get my hands on my armor figure, but for all of the creators who have to go through the downfall of this right now, and the feeling of that disappointing their communities, even though it's not their fault. And they said, did you get a refund at least? Said, absolutely not. Nobody's being given the option to refund. And since pre-orders have been out multiple years, many bank cards aren't allowing chargebacks. Just saying, how does a company that sells 300 pieces of plastic to pre-orders, they don't want to take risks on say ordering too much go down due to bad economic costs? Where was the money going? Couldn't have been more than 20%. So it looks like Henya is also upset, which we'll go through in a minute. There's a lot of other content creators and VTubers, that have been hit by this. This sucks hard for some of the CCs. And again, it is interesting, right? Because obviously they say that they're going to, you know, try to return as much as they can, but it's just really, you know, what is that amount, right? And why weren't the VTubers told this, you know, beforehand? You know, it would have been nicer if, you know, they told Amalee, they told literally everybody that has had their figures in the work, like, hey, you know, because obviously they've known for months now that they weren't in the best of spots. Why not be transparent with them and tell them that, hey, you know, this isn't looking so good. You know, maybe, you know, we want to do something here, right? And you can maybe sort something out with the talent to, you know, get this through, because I'm sure that the talent would help out if you were honest with them and you said that, hey, things aren't looking good, rather than just like shutting down and just being like, hey, yeah, we messed up, whoops, anyways, bye, right? Like, that's essentially it, right? But again, you know, there is a little bit of hope in the sense that they say that they, you know, are trying to work to ship what could be sent out, but it seems like they're not looking to refund anybody that maybe would want their money back. So again, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But obviously, yeah, there's been a lot of other VTubers as well talking about this. Obviously, Henya is very, very sad about this too, saying, "I'm really sorry for I'm really sorry for making everyone worried. We're currently looking into what happened and gathering all the facts. As soon as we have more information that we can confirm, we'll update you all. Thank you so much for your patience." So it seems like it's going to be another one of those things where the VTubers have to, you know, kind of take the front foot and do this. This feels kind of familiar. It feels like the whole VShojo thing, right? If you guys remember the whole VShojo merch saga, where essentially I think it was Henya and a bunch of other people. I think Michi was one of them. Like a bunch of them, most of them, you know, had merch that was like unfulfilled, and people weren't going to get refunds and things. And the creators themselves had to step in. And once again, it is some of the members of VShojo that have to do this once again, which obviously sucks because, yeah, nobody has to, you know, it sucks that they have to go through this twice, right? You know, let alone one time. Obviously, as well, Shondo says, "I still don't know and haven't heard directly from the company themselves, but all I can advise right now is what other creators have. If you placed an order for the Shondo figure with Novel Horizons, please attempt a refund slash file fraud with your bank. I will say more as I know more, but all I can say right now is I've heard nothing at all regarding this from Novel Horizons. The last I heard about it was a month ago. The sample was still being made. I genuinely don't know anything at all beyond this, and I'm trying the best to find out what I can offer. As much as I can offer, I will let you know as soon as I get anything concrete. Genuinely, words cannot express how sorry I am. This project felt like a dream for me. This genuinely felt like the biggest achievement of my life. I just don't really know what to say except I'm so sorry. This is not acceptable, and I'll absolutely do everything I can to make this right." So yeah, obviously she also is very, very sad about this. So yeah, obviously saying, "Oh man, Shondo, I'm sorry. I know how much you wanted to make this happen. If we request a refund, would that take the money from you?" And obviously Shondo says she's not going to get cut regardless, so it doesn't really matter, right? And yeah, I think that's fair enough. Again, it's, you know, I don't think it's any of these people's fault. I think it is obviously all on Novel Horizon for this happening. But again, I can understand why they're so, you know, sorry and sad about this, because it does suck, right? Of course, as well, there's also Zentreya, who also says, "Novel Horizons, I have a lot to say, but I'll need to confirm a few things before I say anything. Nonetheless, fuck man, I never have any good news anymore. Feels like I'm always getting thrown into something. I'm sure people are tired of it. I'm sorry, guys." And yeah, she did also follow up with something as well. I'm pretty sure in the replies to some of the stuff that was going on. Where is it? Obviously, well, that's another way to find out, I suppose. So again, it seems like a lot of these creators are only finding out now after all of this has come out, right? So it seems like this Novel Horizons kind of thing that they put out on their page is like the first that anybody has heard that there are problems for some of the VTubers, right? And that just shows you how bad it is. Because again, if they were going bankrupt and they genuinely had problems and they let the VTubers know that this was happening at the time and behind the scenes and whatever, so that they could figure out a solution, I think that would have been fine. But I think that the fact that they've kind of kept this very quiet, and obviously Amalee had to make a post about it, and then obviously now they've made a statement about it, and a lot of the creators themselves are only finding out through this statement. It's pretty crazy. Zentreya says, "My experience with them was such a roller coaster. Seeing you and so many others jumping on board and stuff made me really want to hop back on board, thinking it was fine. Maybe after all these years, then seeing this is very heartbreaking. I'm sorry, Arma. So apparently she's had some bad experiences, I guess, because also she says like it's a roller coaster. Arielle also says, I did not know about this and I've not heard anything. To my knowledge, all of the cities will go out. I have not heard otherwise. If for some reason you have not received yours or have not received any confirmation, I urge you to explore your options. I'll try to find out whatever information I can. And again, it seems like, yeah, it's also another case of people probably won't be getting their figures for Arielle either. It seems that most of them won't. Again, it depends how late in production they were, because as they said, they still have some merch left that they're trying to get out, or at least get to creators so they can kind of ship it out or whatever. But for now, it just seems like, yeah, we don't really know whose has been done, whose hasn't been done, and whose fan bases essentially are getting their money back or their products back, and who isn't. Again, I don't think anybody's getting their money back. I think it's more so if anybody's getting their figures in the first place, which sucks, right? But yeah, that's essentially the whole update that there is for the Novel Horizons stuff. Again, it is very sad to see. And again, I hope that every VTuber that has been kind of affected by this can resolve this and try to find some way to help out fans and things like that, because of course it affects everybody, not just the VTuber, but also the fans as well. But yeah, that's just about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. So yeah.